Look, I, like many of you guys out there, have always dreamed of owning an Italian motorcycle, but I've always been kind of worried at how expensive they are. Now, sure, we all know that there's a premium on getting our hands on those marinara-infused beauties, but it's not the upfront cost that ever worried me. It was the cost of living with one. The problem is, everybody says they're more expensive, but nobody ever talks about numbers. So today, I've borrowed this 2026 CB750 Hornet from Honda to act as our Japanese contender. Over here, we have our current giveaway motorcycle, which is a 2026 Aprilia Tuono 660 factory, acting as our Italian beauty. This bike's actually available over at on2garage.com. If you guys want to support the channel and potentially win it, jump over there, get a membership for as little as $5, and this bike could be yours. Now, we're going to be breaking down what it actually costs to own both of these motorcycles for the first year to find out how big of a difference there actually is. Who knows, by the end of this video, my dream for owning an Italian motorcycle might be more achievable than I thought. Now, obviously, I can't own and test these motorcycles for a year, so what I've done is I've made the calls and I've done the research to find out what the cost of ownership for both of these motorcycles is during their first year. And to show you guys that information, we have built the first year of riding course. Yes, if you're wondering, it is an empty parking lot. Now, this line is going to represent 0 miles on both motorcycles. What I'm going to do throughout this video is push both bikes through all of these lines, and these lines are going to represent mile marks that you're typically going to hit in your first year. At each of those cost of living events that we're going to get to, we're going to calculate the total for each motorcycle, add it to its total, and at the very end, we're going to see which bike actually costs more to live with during its first year. Now, before I get to pushing these motorcycles, there's something we got to get out of the way from the get-go, and that's that Italian motorcycles do generally cost more out the door. For our example here, the Tuono 660 has a price of $14,400, whereas the CB750 Hornet has a price tag of $10,400. That is a difference of $4,000. So obviously there is an Italian tax, but for this video, we're going to zero those numbers out because we're only focused on cost of living. We're also going to be assuming that in the first year, you're going to ride around 5,000 miles, and that's going to be represented by this line here. At every one of those cost events, we're going to stop, explain what that cost event is about, and then we'll go on to the next one. I think I got to start getting to pushing. So guys, as you can see, we're not very far into the mileage for the entire year. We are only at the 600 mile mark, but this small amount of mileage is going to be some of the most important miles you put on your motorcycle, because at the 600 mile mark, we have the break-in service. You guys see, when you have a brand new engine, you have a lot of metal that's mating together for the very first time, and what ends up happening is little metal shards start coming off of the engine. So both of these manufacturers require at the 600 mile mark to get your break-in service. What that break-in service is a oil change, a filter change, and just a general bolt check of the motorcycle, just to see if there's anything that was left behind when building the bike. Cost for this, for the Honda, is going to be around $250, where the Aprilia is going to be around $350. Now, the Italian bike's already inching ahead, but it's really not as much as I think a lot of people would think. You know what's interesting about the 600 mile service? This is the newest this bike is ever gonna feel. You got fresh oil, you got a fresh filter, everything's torqued, everything's tight, and after that 600 miles where the machine is just mated together, this is like peak feeling for the motorcycle. It's funny, nobody complains about maintenance when everything feels this new. And honestly, both of these bikes feel equally sorted after a first service. Now guys, I know we haven't made it far from the 600 mile check-in. We are now at the 1,000 mile check-in, and we got to start talking about fuel, because this is an expense that you're going to feel on every single ride. This is also not something as simple as one takes regular, one takes premium. You also have to factor in the MPG. Now, the Honda's going to be getting around 50 miles per gallon, whereas the Tuono is surprisingly going to be getting around 48 miles per gallon, which is kind of interesting. They are way closer than expected, but there is a catch. The Honda can run on regular gasoline, whereas the Aprilia is going to take the premium stuff. So that little cost is going to make a big difference later down the road. As far as the first 1,000 miles, the Aprilia is going to cost you around $76, and the Honda Hornet is going to cost you around $55, and that is your updated totals. Now, I do have to put a note in here. A lunatic riding the Honda is going to get way worse MPG than somebody riding the Aprilia normally. So this is going to be vastly different depending on how you ride the bikes. Also, those totals are only for the first 1,000 miles. We'll catch in at the gas totals when we get to the very end, because this is a number that I think is really going to sneak up on us. Okay, here's where the Italian tax actually starts to sneak in. It's not that this thing gets terrible mileage, they're actually pretty close. It's that every time you pull up here, you're choosing the expensive button. And does it feel like it needs premium? Honestly, yeah, it does. And this one, it really does not care. It'll drink regular and go straight to work. So guys, we're about halfway through the year here. We're at the 3,000 mile mark, and this is where we have to start talking about the brakes. And if I'm going to be honest, I was actually expecting the Tuono's top spec Brembos to last way longer than the Hondas, but that's actually not the case. Now here's the thing guys, these bikes are fun to ride. Nobody's buying a Hornet or a Tuono to hypermile to Starbucks. You're getting these things to commute, riding back roads, braking heavy, and having a good time on them. You're riding them like the motorcycles that they actually are. And because you're riding like that, your brakes are going to take a bigger beating than they otherwise would. Now, under regular riding, the Tuono's brake pads are good from 3,000 miles to 10,000 miles, but with aggressive riding, these brake pads can drop down in mileage from 2,500 to 4,000, and the rear brake is known to go even faster. Over here on the Honda side, a very average rider can get 10,000 to 20,000 miles from these brakes, but with aggressive riding, that drops it down to 5,000 or less. So instead of pretending anybody's going to ride these things like a freaking Prius, we're just going to assume that you've got to do brake pads on both of these motorcycles within the first calendar year. So when it comes to grabbing brake pads on the Honda, you're looking at $150. On the Aprilia, you have more higher spec brakes. You're going to need a more higher spec brake pad. Going to cost you around $190. Here is our updated totals. Guys, I found this super interesting. I just thought if you had Brembo better brakes, it actually meant that they were going to last longer, but that's not really the case. It turns out performance brakes really focus more around heat management and constantly using them over and over again, and it's not necessarily going to last you longer. If you ride these like this, your brake pads are going to wear. Nobody buys a Tuono to coast. Nobody buys a Hornet to hypermile. You're braking hard, you're using the engine braking, you're commuting, you're carving. And under that kind of riding, brake pads are consumables. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the Aprilia feels sharper, it has more initial bite, way more feedback, and the amount of control you get out of the brake lever is insane. Now, the Honda feels a little more progressive. It's still strong and does the job, but it just doesn't feel quite as race-focused as we do over on the Aprilia. So guys, we're coming up on the 4,000 mile mark, and we got to talk about something that nobody seems to talk about when they're at the motorcycle dealership. That is insurance. This is where we're going to start seeing Japanese reliability and the difference between the Italian performance. Now, something we got to be clear on. The Aprilia is a more expensive machine. It is a more sport-oriented machine. It costs more, and replacement parts cost more. So, insurance company's gonna do what an insurance company's gonna do. Yearly premium on insurance for the Aprilia, $1,600. Premium on the Honda for 1 year, $700. That is more than double the price of the Honda. What? Now guys, because this is a yearly premium, we're not going to add this until we get to the 5,000 mile mark, but while we're at the 4,000, we wanted to bring it to your attention. And keep in mind, this has been stacking up all the way since we were at 0. This is where the real Italian tax comes in. It's not catastrophic maintenance, it's not blown up engines, it's insurance. How fun. Alrighty guys, we're here at 5,000 miles. We're closing out the riding season, but before we do, we have one big purchase left, and that's tires. So as far as tires go, the Aprilia is going to come with Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4s, and I'm going to be real with you guys. These exact tires are the ones that I had on this motorcycle when I was racing against 650 Ebe and Spikes Corner at NJMP, and the level of confidence that these tires give you mid-corner is absolutely insane. But here's the trade-off. Softer compound, more grip, faster wear. So guys, on a performance motorcycle like this, the rear tire is the one handling all the acceleration and the torque for the bike, and that's going to make that rear tire wear out at around twice as fast as the front tire. From the research I was doing online, most people are saying that rear tire is going to last between 4,000 and 6,000 miles, where that front tire is going to last between 7,000 and 9,000 miles. So with us being at 5,000 miles, we are almost certainly going to be replacing that rear tire. Now, between getting the new tire, riding in to get it replaced, and the disposal fee, you're probably looking at a price between $325 and $410. So for this example, we're just going to say $350 to ride in and get that rear tire replaced. That's going to take the new total for the Aprilia to that. Now, the Honda, on the other hand, is going to have a more sport touring tire, something like the Bridgestone Battle Axe T32s. These are going to be sport touring tires with a harder rubber, and they're going to be built for commuting. Most reports I can find for these tires are between 5,000 and 12,000 miles of life out of these. So since we're at the 5,000 mile mark, and that's at the very top end of the Aprilia and the very bottom end of the Honda's going to stay on the same set of tires for the first year. And guys, this is where performance is really going to start costing you. It's not that the Aprilia is an unreliable machine, it's just that it's a performance machine, and performance and grip cost money. This right here, this is why you buy Rosso 4s. The grip is unreal. Mid-corner confidence is actually insane. You feel like you are literally glued to the ground at all times. But that grip costs money. That rear tire is taking all of the torque from that engine and putting it on the ground. And another thing that's going to slow down that front tire's wear is that torque is going to be bringing the front tire up all the dang time. Now, the Honda feels stable, predictable. It's not trying to be a track weapon, and that's why it lasts longer. And guys, don't worry, I know we're at 5,000 miles, so we have to do the final tally for both the fuel and for the insurance. Don't worry, I have a mathematical device that I can use. We don't have to trust my brain. So, for 5,000 miles of riding, on the Aprilia, it's going to cost you around $378. Over there on the Honda, it's going to cost $274. Now, on to that big insurance bill. We have now finished up the year, and by the end of the year, on the Aprilia, you've paid that $1,600 that you started paying back when you got the motorcycle. On the Honda, you only ended up paying $700 throughout the entire year. So that is going to give us a final 1-year cost for the Honda of $1,539. Now for the Aprilia, it's going to cost $3,020. So, what did we learn? We learned that Italian motorcycles cost more and they cost more to live with. And about $1,500 more in the first 5,000 miles. Now, I'm not saying $1,500 is not a lot of money. It totally is. But I will say that in my head, I expected this number to be way bigger than that. Granted, it is double the amount of the Honda. What did we actually learn here? We learned that Japanese bikes are indeed cheaper, but it isn't some horror story. The Aprilia didn't explode, it didn't bankrupt us, and it didn't require any crazy maintenance. The difference really came down to 3 major things: insurance premium, premium fuel, and tires. There was no catastrophic crazy story here. It literally came down to this is a performance machine and it takes performance parts. It didn't bankrupt us, it just cost more, but that money was predictable. It's not something crazy. But here's the real question. What happens when you add a few more thousand miles? At 12,000 miles, the Aprilia is going to have a valve check that's going to come in at a cost of $1,200. At 16,000 miles, the Honda's got a valve check that's going to cost you anywhere from $800 to $1,000 because the story doesn't end at 5,000 miles. And that might be where things get interesting.